you guys! Welcome to Shiny Plastic People. We're snowbound, so the office is a wreck. The shelves are a mess. But I want to share with you my 5 favorite figures from 2022. Don't for 1 second let me tell you these are the best figures of 2022. These were the ones that just got the most of my yum. And let's kick it off with number 5. That's right, it's the Red Suit Robin from DC Multiverse, the gold label figure that was exclusive to Amazon from McFarlane Toys. As you can see, I bought 3. I liked this figure so much, but none of them, not a single one of them, are as they came out of the package. This figure needed a little bit of customization to really hit it home. For some, that would disqualify this figure from making a top 5, but boy do I love Tim Drake, and I was so excited to see this figure get its way to the shelves. Well, virtual shelves, if you will. But I expect this figure to have a wider release in 2023 and give us that classic costume look that will be available to everyone, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that on my list next year. And now, number 4, CM Punk from the AEW Unrivaled series, specifically this Walmart exclusive figure created by Jazzwares. 2022 was the year that I got back into pro wrestling. I saw my first live AEW event just earlier this last week with my good friend, who I haven't seen since the beginning of the pandemic. So, pro wrestling, very exciting. CM Punk, it was kind of an odd year. We won't get into the all-out fallout from the brawl-out. But there's so much exciting things coming in the next year from Jazzwares with their AEW line. We know for sure there are 2 Danhausen figures coming, if not a third, I wouldn't be surprised, as well as Ethan Page and an updated Kip Sabian and Trent Beretta. Keep your eyes out for those figures and so much more. At number 3 is the awkwardly named Batman Nightfall Batman from Mafex. Looking like he jumped right off the comic page is John Paul Valley. I bought more than a few versions of this character this year, and by far this is the most comic accurate. I did a whole review on this figure, so go ahead and check it out. I'm going to put the link up in the upper corner there so you can see that review. But man, this was the height of me as a comic reader as a kid, was all these 90s events, be it the death of Superman, Batman getting his back broken and being replaced, the Clone Saga, the Onslaught arc in X-Men, all great 90s events. Well, great is probably not the right word for it, but we're starting to see these moments in time being captured in plastic form, and it's exciting. We have a wired cape, so much articulation, so many swappable hands and accessory bits. I highly recommend this figure. But like I said, I don't want to get into it. I've already reviewed it. Check that out. Coming in at number 2 is Scott Pilgrim from the Scott Pilgrim line of figures from Ish. Originally released through Bottleneck Galleries, available now at many online retailers. We have this character who I've liked for what feels like 1,000 years. 1,000 years. This is the first figure in the line, the second being Ramona, and many more are promised to come. Now, calling this an action figure might be a little bit inaccurate, as the points of articulation are very limited. In fact, below the waist there are none. But he has his brother's signature bass guitar, his Plum Tree t-shirt in this variant. And boy, I love this franchise. In fact, one of the very first gifts my wife gave me was the movie poster to Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I've collected the original release of the graphic novels, the color re-release. I've played the video game. I've seen the movie. Heck, I remember the Adult Swim animated prequel to the movie. And of course, down the road, we're supposed to be getting an animated series on Netflix. Look for that and these figures. I can't recommend them enough. And coming in, number 1, my top favorite action figure of 2022 is me. This may be a controversial choice, but it's the Hasbro Selfie series, which gave us the opportunity to make an action figure of yourself. And for many, they didn't get very good results. The price was a little bit high, but for those of us who it did work, it's incredible to finally hold a small plastic version of myself. This is a childhood dream come true, and I hope to see Hasbro make more bodies available and really improve the face sculpting ability of their app to give more people this sense of having their own little shiny plastic version of themselves. But hey, that's my top 5. I want to hear about yours. So go ahead. Please comment below with your top 5 figures of 2022. What are you excited for in 2023? And please remember to like, subscribe, and visit so many other wonderful YouTube channels like we have highlighted as part of the Legion of Lesser Toy Tubers. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a shiny plastic day.